Where's Jenelle? Last, but certainly not least, where is she? Somewhere. Okay. Oh, I was looking for your jean jacket. You got hot. Got your people. Hi, girls. We'll introduce your people. Say your name.
This is Caroline.
Caroline.
Do you want to say your name? Do you want to say your name? This is Charlotte. Do you want me to speak?
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because I paint them on, or?
Again, just share with us a little glimpse of where you're at in your cancer journey.
Dude, that was.
Do you want to go sit down? No. They don't want to be up here, but they don't want to sit down either. They're not sure. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, good job. So yes, my name is Jenelle Nace. My journey started almost 3 years ago. July 26th of 2016 was this little lady's birthday. She joined our family, and are you gonna sit? Oh, can you go, Daddy? There you go. Okay.
Sandbox.
She wants the sandbox.
Sandbox.
It's much more exciting. Mommy's boring. That's fine. So she, while I was pregnant actually with her, the doctors were monitoring what we thought were 2 cysts on my ovaries. And they weren't concerned. They just thought they were some sort of hormone-fed cyst that was growing because of that lovely, beautiful child. So she was born, and then 2 days later, I was having some complications, and I was home from the hospital with her, but that night, my husband had to take me back to the ER, and they did some scans that they weren't able to do while I was pregnant, and that showed some things that were hidden, we'll say, until then. So it was all very fast. I was scheduled for surgery, and the following day, I believe, and I remember waking up and my doctor, from the surgery, and my doctor saying, Jenelle, it's cancer. And I mean, I had no clue. There might have been other people in my life who had a clue, but I had no clue. And so, looking back at it, all I can say is that God is so good, because I don't know what a normal reaction would be, but I can imagine if somebody has just given birth, 5 days prior, and somebody says to you, oh, by the way, it is cancer, your first reaction isn't to say, okay. But God gave me this incredible sense of peace, and just, I have no other way of describing it other than just like a blanket of love, and just fully felt like it's gonna be okay. Like, we got this. This is something that we can do. So that was, like I said, almost 3 years ago. Excuse me. In July, 3 years, and we are still we're still in it. It's been nonstop for the 3 years, of different types of treatments and surgeries, and more treatments and more surgeries, and this procedure and that procedure. But I can say the constant through it all has been the love and the support that we have felt from so many. I'll talk about that later when I ask our community. But that, and then just God's overwhelming goodness and His provision, and His love, and putting us in places that prior to cancer you would never know. And somebody said it, I don't remember which one of you two lovely ladies said it, that it's a crazy place to be, but it is also a blessing in a very strange, weird way, to see all of the good that comes from it. you prefer it to come another way, yes, but it still happens, and so that part is very encouraging. One of those wonderful things is meeting lovely ladies like this girl and being here. So,
I keep looking at you while you're sharing, and the sun is like hitting.
right here.
You're glowing, friend. You're glowing.
I have like the picture dot.
Yes. I know, but I love it. It's just a reminder to us, like, you're glowing, and God's joy it's radiant. It's radiant. Those who look to Him will be radiant with joy. You are an example of that. And I don't know why, that just made me think of it. You would not see you in the grocery store and have a clue what's going on in your life. Thank you for sharing. So just give us a little glimpse of how you got connected to Radiant Hope. We were talking about this the other day, and I'm like, you were one of our first packages.
And I didn't even know. I didn't know until a week ago. So yes, how I first got connected with Radiant Hope. A very dear friend of our family told my mom, actually, at one point in time early on in my diagnosis, that she felt like through this, that I would experience the love of our Father in a way that I'd never experienced before. Where's the drink? Which turned out to be true in ways that I could never have predicted. I could never have predicted how loved our family was through the course of this. Just incredible ways, things that people have mentioned, phone calls and cards and meals and the random, messages from people that you haven't talked to in 15 years that just kind of happened. But I remember specifically one day, it was, I think, about 6 months after I had been diagnosed. And early on, there was this barrage of the love that I was talking about. And then it kind of like subsided a little bit, and maybe I was having a little bit of a pity party. Like, we're still doing this is still happening. And I remember pulling up into our driveway and looking on our front porch, and there was a box. And I could tell it wasn't like a postal delivery, it was this beautiful box. The post office would have destroyed it, It was a beautiful box, and I got out and I opened it up. There was no card at first, like saying who it was from. But I was just so touched that I was having this moment in the car on my way home. I was like, all right, God, what's going on? And I get home, and there's just another recognition of somebody thinking of us and remembering us and wanting to show us if they loved us and they were standing with us. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful box, and specifically in it, there are 2 items that I hung right as you go out our door. I have hooks. One was what looked like a knit or crocheted handmade cross that I hung on the hook, and the other, there was a ring of Bible verses. And I hung it on our door, so when I would walk out the door, I would see it every day. And one of them, one of the verses on the card was Jeremiah 29:11, which was a verse that I had known my whole life, but it took on a brand new meaning. And it said, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you, not to harm. Plans to give you a future and a hope. And so, when you're standing in our shoes, those words take on a brand new meaning, where you're thankful that God has a plan for hope and a future. And so that verse became one of the many that I have clung to. Try to pray every day. I try and remember to do that every day. But it was such a touching piece of that box that has stuck with us. And then I had to do some investigation to find out how it made its way to us. And it was our friend Christy, who is not here, but she had the box sent to us. And then we were also fortunate enough to be last Christmas's Radiant Hope family. It was a total blessing. It was totally overwhelming. our children had the best Christmas. It was so good. I see you. I see you. Do you want to come up here? But it was wonderful. So they touched our hearts in that way. And then finally, just last week, I finally met you after all this time. But I'm so thankful that we were brought together. And we'll be doing this for a while. Yeah. There we go.
You kind of have touched on this, just how important community is. I don't know if you want to say anything else or if you've said a lot of things through this.
I would just say a very quick thank you because you've all been very patient. You've been sitting here for a long time. But to what I was saying about just feeling God's love and feeling so blessed through this, we have had incredible people in our lives. Incredible people who have stood up for us and with us. Oh man, I really didn't think I was going to cry. I was like, I am so good. I got this. A group of lemons over here. I love them all. My mom, my sister, Jared's family, my incredible coworkers, his incredible coworkers, family, friends that have become more like sisters. It's been, like I said, it's a crazy thing to say that cancer can be such a blessing, but in that way, it has just brought so many wonderful people into our lives. And I'm so thankful for them. And we are better because of it.